prayer. Opening prayer in the only you can see the Zoom screen. Yeah. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering severely. I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May they experience happiness, be separate from the suffering and severely. I will establish them in the still unsurpassed, perfect, and complete precious Buddhahood. Dala damvara zebe da nubara zebe ge tarba dam damje jemba la barde jubara zeba damje je zor zebe mananga dan jambe zenjen danje dewa dande dungara danja nyurde lama meba yanda bara zobe zanjo rumbo je do barza. Thus, unto achieve enlightenment, perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. And unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in the order Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the Buddha, noble Dakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As pure as the Buddha's ambassador enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all sentient beings, the boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the sacred happiness. Happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in calamity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectively with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathangata still to come. Through the power of Samanta Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiply my body as many times as the atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize many Buddhas as the atoms surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. True to all the Buddhas, I make offerings of various pure flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offerings to the orphan garments, perform and prepare pour the eyes, mumeru, and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and the most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samanthabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas. Those have entire Aharaja, those have entire path of Aharaja and all other beings. I recourse to our Buddha great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest level of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing into Nirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of our sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and stirred with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spirit mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as a Buddha fares. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer the altar in on the sacred offerings with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying. For the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Pinza Manga Samanda Savarena Samaya Hom. I call refuge on the name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor Vajradhara, with our dog. I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Songong. Continue nothing with no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of the mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to disposition, the likewise mental capacity of sentient beings. Manjushri, we're going to do the Tibetan. Kange lo zhi zhim nye zhin dar nye da nam da ra sar wa jie nye dong gen jie zhen zai zar nye jie do ga len wang zai kan dai zai be zong ra ma re men dan dong a re ji zai re ro zo gen la be jie dar zai yen lai zhu jie yang din zong rou da re jie zhou nye mo nye long le jie jia zhou zhong zai jie ma re men se re dong a re niu ge jie nye jiong zai ra zhe na do ne da jian sab jian dar sen yong de le zo jar ze ge jie ra jie dan jiu nie jian zhe da lo men se re chu lan de om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge no wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren no wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge xiu ren om wang ge no wang ge xiu ren om 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 wang ge xiu wang ge xiu ren om 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 arabasana de arabasana de Om Arabazana 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 Om Arabazana de You who are the perfect, beautiful body whose flame of wisdom blazes and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praised to Manjushiri. Yone Gelen Jangwa Bo Yi Jie Zhong Me Rab Den Ba Jie Den De Mo Men Sar Wan Jiang Ba Ra Yang La Zan Zer Du. No, I'm going to share the transmission first. I promised this spiritual teaching of the West and the glorious King, the Patrol Rinpoche is coming to you. I share this transmission and then going to do the verses of mind training. Tông ghê tu chế cho chế rồi dân rong chế tế bà tà tế chế không bà dân chế bà tà chế cha chế cho bê cho lo cơ san tơ tổ chế chẳng chế tế lo nà rô tàng mạc bà mà la chế chế gàm bồ Hàm mô trì bà chế hoàn trì gong bê ca chế la ma nà la sor hoàn tê rong bê chế chế yên chế bảo tràng tê tê song sang chế kê ngô nhê rong sân chế kê ngô song tông tê bê sa bê lam bê xa la kê san sa So we're going to starting the transmission. Bashir Jarve Java Yozo, Zometo Yanga, Denjava Lamala, Sanzalanda, Tagon Juvende, Yanga Yasalam Pesar, Jabala, Tambo, Juventus, Lama, de la Santa Wagon, Jabala, San Javas, Lamala, Santa Lochi, so. Tene she the Dong Yang, Zaju Lama Daniela, the Yame Barchin, Yazalana, Tagon Juzon, Terendo, in Betagon Juzon, Zaju Lama, the Jan Jebe, Dambone. Yen Jibada Rabajin, the Jane, Belong, Jibana, Gorda, Janawaran, Nivada, Jabanya, the Zobeton, Jibana, in Benata, Long Jiram Jang. The Dawa Rajan, Jara Long, de Lambe, Tony, the Ning, Sewa, Jim Bay, and the Jada Mara, the number of what they don't need, and the one who go in Benako, Jose Yang. The Dawa Gomdon, the Bang, and Javan Yukasan, someone on Jazan, the Jimmy Paradas, and Batonia, and Bane, Juba, even a Javan Yuki. Dawa Takunja, the Lebaka, the Kabata, the Batum Bazara, the Yazan Balade, and they even for 2 days, and JD said the Sawa down, they said the Yams Lane, and I sent the Kata, Yedo, the Travan, Jovan, and Sanjila Tami. Darme, the Dawa Takunja, Lokasoba, you, Jans, and the Jingram, the Jerishibata, and the Sayala, the Momo, and some of the one, the one, Jovan. Meya lo de ala la de da be na de ta kun ju ro ye ba la da bu da wan ye le je ba no ne da long je ran jan ne e yang dong dang a zi song nyam ne ne la de be re we so ju ba se ba yin be na zi song dong je ne de Ama to ngo ma ru ba ngru ru ba da la je ren zi de ba ne da ba long ru ba ye da din lang ba ba da sang a de mo wan na wang zi be be yi yi ni yi xi de ne yi be dong je yi xi ngo ru ba so long ma yan de ru ji da ma no je sa ji da na sim je yar sa ngo ru ba de yang zhe do ge ba lan zi ba de na yor ji ji san dang nam do ra ba da ge sim ni je rang yer de be na ngo ru ja ma ru ba de sa ra ba nam do dang zi yu ba sa dang bo rang sen lu de ya Hong Jiang Rang Sen Ma Ji Ba Jia Ba Niu Sa Ba Yi Xi Yin Lao Ji Men Lam Jie Ne Lo Ma Do Be No Ma Ji Lin Ji Ji Ba Yi Xi Rang Lan Cong Ba Se Re Zhou Ma De Nam Do Me Ma Zhou Ma Se Nam Do Me Le Dang Bo Be Ne Gan La Sen Rang Yan Yu Ma Ngang Jiang Jiang Ne Jia De Zar Ma Do Jie Nyam Ji Ji Ba Da Ji Ba Ngang Lan Da Me Zhe Be Na Ngang La Sam Ne Lu De Ti Te Da Ba Nyang Yin Jie Bo Dang Zhang Ne Re Ba Ji Ba Sa Ma Da Zong Ne Lo Jin Ba Ra Do Ma Zhe Do Zo Lo Do Pe Ji Jam Nam Do Ge Jun Ta Ju Ba Da Lo Ze Je Gong Ba Ji Ba La Ne De Ji Ba Pik Da Te Da La Ngar Thong A Ge Be Da La Ngar Thong E Ma Ho De Zhen Na Sem De Ni Deyin cezap dedam ceda travan de travan o de jurben de ceyama de he de wa de da ve de so da ve cigan ana santar jim ber kya semlen de be yeşi yim yeşi ce yim ber yuben he de wala santale de da ve sanda de ya ciga yumi la so be dalen de cenga da ye ce so do yolen de berane yeşi jura cene yim be na samata so ju de mi de da ve ne don de ciga yine ce ban nam celam ciga da zhe zhe don ce da wa yim be ne de kon nang ma ji je bar da ce da gong yin za lang ja le ce me da kon ne ma da ve ran yi so wa ji me lam da na sa ve ren yen go mi u sa ji ko lo ne me pe na de kon nang o shi ba da mo ga ra ji me na ji ge ri ba ngi song ye de da don de se som ne de ba da mo yin yen da ve ngo ma ru na gong pe ngang ji ji me we da mo da ngo ru ba ga ra ji thế ra này chỉ là nó ne ba nhiều ngô ba những gì này ta đi ba mà những har mi ju là chỉ ba mà những bên ngô ra đó ba này đang bộ ngô ra đó ba này đang bộ thế nếu có mà nhiều giờ lên giờ chỉ ba là ngang giờ ju 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 gom ba thế đó này cái đó như thế ba là như bên này rồi là cái đó mấy bạn này nó chỉ cái ngang ngô rồi nó gì chỉ ra giờ đó ju này thế rồi này chẳng rồi xem năm đó cái giờ lấy cái ju cái đấy ba rồi giờ giờ như mong ba Dongar je den ba ji do zo zar we ro nyong gan je jang nam do de da ga rang ji ji ni de jin na ji ge yo lang ze ji we na ro ja sang ji dang do ke da ma ze je da we ngong ru jang gong beng ma jong man ran jang da mar de xiong na dang do rang ju ben go ran jin ye ji da rang ju so 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 ne da mar ba da ji me ban ju we mo gong ba rang ya jin bo da na ya ma da ji ge be na de da ne ga tham je da 대다른 조소 강그 세양 님보다 넘도다 대바르는 님보다 대바르는 대바 인제 넘도다 님보가 강지 님보지 죽은 조랑 하는 거 주베다와 대지붕의 심발한데 시지경의 종라 대노다 님보가 강지 장대니 지금 이실로 예마 인제 남도다 그라지 지금 여호성의 인변에 모시나 인내메 인내 마이 오살기 살라 라라메 오즈베라네 오사지 다와랑 오시바네 냠린 남지 오살 시사데 남지 오살 님이 여데 제베랑 올라네 바노사 마원 조바시사원 한데 오살 마버테 아 대다라양 다와랑 오시보사데 덴바르세네데 갈라 여베 자르제 남도다 뇽모발라가로 발랑가 염자원인데 지다마임베 주미르 꽹갈라야 대다웬강데 용랭데 정베나 레당보베세데 사르마도베 냠제 뇽메랑 영게베 냠제 용바당데 르고진라 벤네 이시콘데 사와인데 예게던 남저 공바 신경상 부지로 답지 상서와다 인베나 네데 네데 사토 양양식 대양제다르제제나 네데 서웨 냠제 도버세양 갑로다 진낭손 차르도와 데세 데지 탑지 이게 파당 주지 시랍지 이게 만 대외 피다다고 토롱와다 위 냠신제 숑바 픽 타르제 떨게 데타르 시 이게 로버메 nga te tar nyam nyong ge ne da ma ra ba ju mi je ri ba sang del wa de na ba tam je de chung wa le nyam ya ji do je ko ba de me be nyam ya ji do da de me de ser de mong ding ju ngo wo gom dan tin sam chu lam je de je gom so so me be ding dan tin sam ye wa mi te tar mo gom ba chen bo ran ne sar we yi shi che wo jung je nam ju gom je ba sam mi la yin se ge je ja me ba ne che ge de gom ma nyong dan dar ma nyong mo gom dong dan man ra wa yi be dong yin be yin mi ngang de jung de ne 대다란 진소바 진보라나 다시 인변 호도 저로 제 드저저 드저로 지결을 기인 나 나섬 지도 진보 지결 제가 요랑서 전에 검사 검지 미자 대다란 인변 남동 트러블 지망도 저로 감미름 제배 간사 템바마도 제바도 공급에 나오죠 템바마도 보고바도 양삼대지 지조 상월의 냠냠 제월 여전 더서 남인 거도 제상 고용선 냠냠 무제반은 더서 번에 공바지 공부제 냠냠제 냠린 타데데 메자 담보 냠야가라사 마제나 냠냠 거 이시지 dob다 세멘데 베나 줄람 윤제 람젤람 베버세자 진잠시 쇼로제 거자 다와니 베나 냠야텐데 제라사 남자 텐데 제라사 냠린 텐데 제라사 데다 냠린 텐데 제네 냠양고 중월로데 거바다 냠린 유자 예톱줄란다 세네 준데 정마시나 니보지메도 제남도 그 진jen나 담을반 조베 지시 산타르드 중화 가르치베다 내가 담제드 제 제다 내가 담제드 드 세양 검사기 설무게 제 냠자 지게 따와더니 나마르응하나 사지다 남도 담지 시미랑 인 가드로메 바 제주 연용도 중앙 인베나 지금 요랑장 대다원 냠린 셀라 열미트 다르뉴마 남절마 지링지 지바 진예 제르랑 중앙 된데 상가 도지 되베지된 연행 담지 진보 왕이베 동제 지지 주주 이지 노 제제 자wo 상년 그 줍니 주바당 지바당 지지 그마 마메 바인베 네 이지 제 로다제 라멘아 인랑 dom지마 담세라 랑보 짐데 야네 랑진나도 저와다 르제 짐메 즈도 진의 조베디 메베라니 냠네 로다 주게베나 텔레지미 코다제 데다르제 그라네 제 이지 짐반 더만용웨 산제스 로다제 네디 중중원네 제산세니 바인베 가르체와나 다 지도도 지바데니 니바오 아네데다게서 로도로게 제미나 세네 나르수 공상 강고모 거살렘 만다싱 대한 자단계 지메돔 디지지 레주무추 타추지 로딩 메도베데 가르체베 대한 도베 요라 차바도 지바만 도베 요라 셰당 잡고 지방 팅진의 농주선 조례 가와만 대베징이나 나사소 동가르지 서와 강소야 대르베저 롱아인베 조르게 이신근 가르체베 대제 자단가도 당 지안냠니 샤도르제네미나 샘송 온제 남도 지지 탐제제 코르레 소바인베 타라가 남도 지지 샤도르 지미드 중앙인베나 로워 남도 말리바 대나 남도 간지바 담제 온전 전점서마서 르제 주디마인 바라마 뉴마 템바다 마다방안에 남도 지샤 랑오 시바르셀라 샤도르 진jintai 메방안에 첼라르 모테바다 종급에는 오신가나 진타이미 네데세 남도 란도도 마다나 남도 오시바 잠제 트벌람 주무주베 오시바다 냠다 랑오 지제 동행 한리제 이시데니 몬존네 랑라 야바 남도 지미데 자 다바니네 데제베 도지 지금 이종웨 베나첼라르 모다다 제바다다 셴네 저와 저와다 야와 티냠바다라 남도 지바다 저와 티냠도 손네란 샤란도 진체 메바인 베나첼라르 모제 테나 샤와 마가바제 샤라 샤르도 조라 간제 뉴망한다 다발람 제제 냠니 네든 쟁게 베나라 샤란도 진체미 대다라 남도라 지게 자르종 도바라 간 샤르르베 자르종든 자르젠 동은 어도제 자라바르지 장 대장 조르바 상가라단 덴베나 지자르 동심베세 nam do gan ji ze tam je ring o san dar je ngang le rang de je ze lan dor me bar jang be shar shar de ne to war ji be ji ge yo lang man de ba je dar ji ge jar be zar sim do ma ren tru zo ri ba yi shi ji ge long de da be o zar jing je me be long de nam don ji wa gang ji jang rang o tong be na ji mi ran da a la la thế ta về làm chơi là dùng rồi cũng sẽ nằm đó cũng tới sáng nên chỉ bảo lan chiến sáng bảo lan chơi sáng về này bảo lan mình về sáng sáng long hát đang ra vào rồi là để nằm đó gado đang rồi đó sơn chát rồi tham gia chơi với dân đang tham gia bảo là gado anh thế sẽ sáng nên để gì lấy số dân chán đang cái dân đó cho bảo ta mà in bảo nằm chơi bảo là sáng đến trâu chỉ về tạm bảo nằm đó ngồi chỉ về trâu hàng hàng đi chơi mà đang thấy bảo ta về bảo nằm đó răng trâu được chơi bảo ta về tạm nằm đó bên mi nằm mi trâu kanton de kama shoba tawa so dolo je ne dan den be cholo ne che para ne de che tena je ge de goma shi jang choma che san de la da che ma ra she ba ta ro dolo je ne de ta wa da ma de be gom sem ne che something sam la den cha wa da kan ko ma sam de ko la a ne jo ngo shi be cho para ndo ba nam ne cho do ta ma de che mi dong nie dang ji ge la so lo ze je je de ba ta je jing ni da te se yin bi ran sang dong be ran so mo de be nan demi gomban thurwalam chadro randor chidro la so men chata ta jan nam to randor jimi ta ta ko chorson de randor ngom som de dong de ne de chi ba ranjin zo ba chen be che che de mo ma ba yin be de ta ben de da de na nyamo nam to gang chi jang chi ge long nen chor to yi shi za ta ji nge zhou sen cha nyamo lam den che wa ma bang ba ko wa ma bang ba ne se ta ne si ye ching wa le chor de sar mi zo dro dan tra wa ngang la da we na de ma gom chi de ma gom chi ga ngang e da ba to lo je den de mi na to lo je den de mi na ta wang tong to dang gom ba sa sa che da ju la yu ba lom jang sen la me pi nyam ba ni bo mo ro yang da ba la ma yin la rang xia rang de je ne da de na ta wang tong tong jing dang dang gom ba sa sa je de so do char sa charap zang mi jang rang ju ni zeng je je wang la zhuo mo ju me se jing Selling the sing na sa do ba za jam ni ba dar ne je da nam do gang ji gom de xiang den zhe wa rang zeng ba sa jam ni ban ju wen de ko na nyam li ne den ro mun de xin ji ben nam tek da wei yin be na ding zhou to de jia wa de ne zong ba o de da wen ne zong bong de rang yin zo ba jin be da ju gong da gong jung de yi ga ri ba san tar jing an de qi qiu de che wen ne ma no wan de yin be gong ba de jiu be men a da jiang yin mu ông chẳng dùng lâu bà chế chỉ cái ta là xí lo yo là long rơi chế tên sẽ yan này tiền là bà ta mình đủ bên ngôn sông chính bị xí tên nhé nam to chẳng rực bà xí tao anh là tao gom đêm mà rồi chỉ yên bên nè sông cả tao nhầm linh thì sẽ chẳng mình gar bên nè sông tên bà tao là ngã để tao nhầm linh để nè rồi yên rồi bà chỉ một cái ta cái nè làm nè mà nó và thích bà rừng cái sẽ một chỗ ban nè yên bên chấp sông ban khổ bom mấy bà mà sẽ bà chỉ được thích bà thậm chí làm nè làm tích sam trổ sơn trổ ba đang từ mà sẽ cả đời ba sẽ ra sông cái trung miền rang dân chơi với thì sao gom sông sẽรับđược bản này trên bờ long ya rồi chơi chơi đồ ba ta đang tu nhị chơi xí chơi hình chơi bộ trang này sẽ với tu chơi riêng mấy bản chú bản trên những yên bên là trên trên trời với gom ba đang để ta ra tu nhị hình chơi sông chơi bờ làm nên ngon chơi bờ sẽ làm bờ đó xem bờ trâu cái đi bờ chơi bờ sẽ chơi bờ chơi tao nhưng mà tao giờ ta ra ra đơn chả là để tao chơi bờ sông làm chơi tao để chơi yên đông đơn chơi yang tao tao để mà có chỗ sinh chơi na chơi 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 ban đầu để ta về ta cũng chơi xong để xong chơi chơi cái chơi cũng bắt đầu bên na để xong chơi share đồ chơi thế bắt đầu chơi 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 những cái đồ chơi những bữa làm nên để về tụกันđể làm mấy bé để làm cái đăng ăn để chơi đồ này chơi bữa mình ăn cái những cái người chẳng chơi chơi những cái tham chơi tiếp chơi yang rồi ta lên chơi cái bên na rồi ta chơi cái để đồ chơi để ta cái đồ nam công bé chơi làm những cái gì mà chơi lama tambe shalom no me bena te pe shirap je dondo le parje de sambe shirap je tina pane ko ba yin be na shalom no te dalang jitin je der par ban thar je warwa sarwa tan ma ve sadu ju dan de man da ta ve ne somon de som ne de ba shi tre ba garap dor ji nyang ni le de be se nam kha wo bong je long ne lo bong je bong je par chin la na de ko ba ye me de je ba me nga yin be na garap dor ji cha chen ye thế đạo về đằng ngã cái东này đến giờ về cái gì cho bây giờ đến là cái ta chỉ dễ chơi công bằng công đời cho nên công bằng số ba sang chơi để人生经历那把gì cho công công đời人生大主就说的经济啦，thế cô cha cái chuyện gì sao làm mà sáng nhìn nhìn yêu để đằng ngã cái ngõ trụ tam này chính công đời giờ để rồi bằng công đời yêu ba lệ thì về đằng ngã yên bên nó yêu ba sống chơi thu chú vậy thế đạo về mình ngã sở chơi yang yêu những cái thực lệ đạo về để nhau sẽ mình lên bên càng xa là tiền để mang trên đằng ngã số đắt giá chứ nếu đúng nhau sẽ làm nên sẽ cái sáng chế cho bên càng xa là mình tiền để bằng bên nó những cái bờ là để đồ giả 啥东西弄人个当天当人弄东街那东那要往马头街当完就是啥什么就见，开把起来叫我姐姐穷在这玩，这些做手给我。Yeah, so it's finished the transmission. So now we go through the air versus mind training. Yeah, so this one is called the transforming mentor Tibetan because law John Sikang Jema is mind training. So this has eight verses. The eight verses. First, first verses. So when we read and also the cultivating this prayer practice is just hold the words and have to think and to cultivate. This teaching is practice patience, practice love and compassion. So the use this practice transforming, taking our anger is on the path. So long as we have anger issues, very strong desire attachment problem, and then use this verses is really helpful. And we can take the desire attachment, anger on the path. So this verses is come from the teacher is Lara Tangpa. It's one of the Kadampa Geshe. It's a very famous Bodhisattva, Wow lineage holder. And so he has practice, full accomplishment this practice. And then, he shared this teaching, arised from him. The teaching and the prayers is mostly come from the realizers. So then we can make commentary, talk, but the root text means, prayer sadhana and mean like teaching like this must have to come from, the realizer, elites have to realize first Bodhisattva realization. And then the prayer teaching is benefit a lot other beings because they're free from the speech obstacles. Then the have very strong aspiration as accomplishment. That's why the sharing teaching has more power and benefit. And so same 37 practice Bodhisattva in this verses mind training, this all is come from Bodhisattvas. So that's why when you read and cultivate these verses, it's really helpful due to this Bodhisattva's aspiration and the teaching, this practice benefit, all this comes together and we can receive the blessing and the benefit. So now I'm going to share these verses, we just one by one. And so explain and we think again, if you have questions, also you can ask questions. We can go very easy way. So now here it says, by thinking of all sentient beings as more precious than a wish-fulfilling giver, for accomplish the highest aim, I will always hold the dear. See, by thinking of all sentient beings, like we think about other beings, so arise like some love, compassion, rising from our mind, and wanted to help, benefit. I wanted to benefit others. So, and the intention into arising our heart, then as more precious the wish fulfilling giver means that is most precious. Precious the wish fulfilling giver. Wish fulfilling giver give our desires, filled our desires. So you wishing like wish fulfilling giver food, you get food, you wishing wish fulfilling giver, you wishing desire, you want a cloth, you get a cloth. Something like, in the third benefit in the within samsara. So this, by thinking of all sentient beings is more powerful than that. So thinking about other beings is that intention, is powerful, helps us liberating, free from samsara. So that's why, the good intention is more beneficial than wish fulfilling giver. Something like benefit, desire, filled in the samsara. So some teachings, this love, compassion, bodhicitta is the same as a wish fulfilling giver. So here it says, the love, compassion, bodhicitta is more powerful than wish fulfilling giver. And so either way is incorrect, And wish fulfilling giver filled desires. And someone wanted to enlighten and free from samsara, then this thinking about other good intention is same as wish fulfilling giver. So good intention take us to enlightened. Wish fulfilling giver cannot take to enlightened. So that's the reason, comparing to enlightenment, this good thinking is more better than wish fulfilling giver. So the precious, like something like we say precious object in the worldly level. In that case, the love, compassion, bodhicitta is precious. So today I already share another teaching about explaining about Om Mani Padme Hum mantra followed by. So Om Mani Padme Hum teaching the mantra followed by. So it's the Om Mani Padme Hum is followed by the also deity is Chinrezig, Yadam deity is Chinrezig. And Chinrezig, he hold the, wish fulfilling giver is his heart. So that is representative is mana. Mana is precious. What means precious? Precious is here, see, but thinking of all sentient beings is the same as mana, we chant Om Mani Padme Hum is mana means, but thinking of all sentient beings. So that's is precious. And mana meaning. That's the reason Chinrezig, he hold the wish fulfilling giver his heart. So this, good intention thinking is not easy to arise in our heart, mind. So sometimes I say heart, sometimes I say mind, just the point is the same, okay? Don't think about the separation. So just some people easy to think, okay, it's lower compassion, rising heart means, we feeling that in the body. And so you can think it's a heart. Sometimes, love, compassion, bodhicitta is intention, like wanting good energy. So it's kind of mind. Either way is correct for my understand. Then that good intention we don't get, That's the reason we are taking in samsara, birth again and again, because we don't have this uh, thinking of all sentient beings, that precious mind we don't have. And as long as this precious mind arises to in our heart, in mind, so we are free from suffering. That's no questions. Who has true love arising in the mind, true compassion arising in the heart and the mind, that person is no longer suffering in samsara. That's why that person has courage to help benefit others. That's why called bodhisattva. So this love, compassion we have, but our is limited. And also our love, compassion is very small, tiny, not strong enough. Okay, so the afflictive emotion has more power than our love and compassion. Our self-grasping is more strong than our love and compassion. So that's, we recognize a samsara being. Why is a samsara? Why is it suffering? Because self-grasping and afflictive emotion is more strong than our love and compassion. So within 24 hours, self-grasping is always there. The love, compassion is we cultivating sometimes, not always there. Especially with thinking about all sentient beings is not easy, that they're not there. All the time we're thinking about our own benefit and our own agenda. So we don't have that, intentions always in the rising, wanted to help others, wanted to benefit others. So selflessness, the intention or that mind is not there. So that mind is not easy to get. So long as we get, then that is a precious mind. Because the precious jewel, wish fulfilling jewels, helps benefit in this life. We're not going to hunger, thirsty, and free from the poverty and your desire, like within in the samsara you can get. So you have a joyful in this within samsara. But that cannot take you to enlighten, free from samsara. And long as we have this love, compassion arising in our heart, we are no longer stuck in samsara and the suffering. That mind we didn't get many lifetimes. Could be we have other lifetimes wish fulfilling giver. But then when we die and we lost that, we don't get again. Could be get, but lost again. Yeah. Thinking of all sentient being, their intention, their kindness is we didn't get before previous lifetimes. So long as we have that thing of all sentient beings, that precious mind, if we have the previous lifetimes, we are not here right now. Okay, we are in the somewhere in the lineage guru section, somewhere already there. Yeah, so people supplication to us. People know supplication to us means we didn't have that precious mind the previous lifetimes. And right now we are suffering The reason is because we don't have this precious mind. Just love, compassion is very simple to share, but not easy to arise in the heart. We have love, compassion is very tiny, it's limited, you know. So sometimes people think, oh, I have love, I have compassion, so I am great. But that means they don't really know what is true love, what is true compassion. So due to sometimes the ego, we think I'm great. So due to ignorance, not knowing, as long as you have this love, compassion in our heart, so no longer suffering. If long as we suffering in samsara, then we don't have. The main point is like true love, compassion, we don't have. Who has true love, compassion in the mind, in the heart, that person is not suffering in samsara. In this, within samsara, they are very joyful and they can have benefit many other beings. So that's why who has love, compassion, their person is same as become wish fulfilling giver. And we recognize that so who has love, compassion, we feel that person is embodying love, compassion, and then the person is benefit many other beings. So wish fulfilling giver only helps benefit in this life within samsara. But who has a love, compassion, true love, compassion, that person can help many beings liberating free from samsara. So that's the reason love, compassion is more than a wish fulfilling giver. And for accomplish the highest aim, I will always hold them dear. So we have to cultivate this, love, compassion, and keep good intention. So the is wanted to liberate other beings. For accomplish highest aim is wanted to liberate and benefit others. Keep the bodhicitta intention. And intention, aspiration is wanted to liberate other beings. So this last two sentences actually is more bodhicitta. So we accomplish highest aim means like we wanted to have benefit others, take to highest level enlightenment. Also, with our own practice, why we practice? Because I wanted to highest level enlightenment. And where is enlightenment source come from? So we recognize bodhicitta. Where is bodhicitta source come from? Compassion. Compassion source is love. So then we cultivate love, compassion, bodhicitta. We'll always hold them there means like always hold that, love, compassion, bodhicitta, and wanted to benefit others, wanted to help others, that always hold in our heart, mind. So long as we have that, then we are joy. Even we have afflictive emotions, sufferings, but then you use this, cultivate this powerful intention. We can liberate our suffering, afflictive emotions. Because we get suffering, we get afflictive emotion. The reason is we don't cultivate bodhicitta. And when we cultivate bodhicitta, then our afflictive emotion we can taking into the bodhisattva's path. And afflictive emotions become source of also love and compassion. So other ways, like afflictive emotion is a source of suffering. Another hand, like long as we have a bodhicitta, is courage mind, afflictive emotion, and the suffering is also, we can take it on to the path. So in this teaching, so it's really helpful for you, the last week we sharing 3 weeks at 6 meditating, low into our own nature ripa and resting mind in that state. So all the thoughts, afflictive emotions dissolve into that state. Your mind is peacefully, awareness and be in that state. Then, like thoughts, afflictive emotions arising, we can like all dissolve into the nature ripa. And then that state, we generate true love compassion in that state. So I mentioned the last week, immeasurable love, immeasurable compassion, source is view. View is knowing emptiness, truth. And so knowing the nature, mind, true nature. And long as we know the true nature, then we have ability to dissolve afflictive emotions. Then we can generate love, compassion for others. It's more powerful. So another hand, stage level, we cultivate love, compassion, bodhicitta, and then go to Mahamudra. That also, we have to do that sometimes. We cannot go always into nature mind to generate love, compassion. That is not always happening. Sometimes we have to see the beings suffering. So seeing them suffering, then we wishing that beings has happiness. Like Ellis thing about the same as us. Okay, if we are not suffering, you see someone's really suffering. So we wishing, okay, that person is the same as me. Like, I have good conditions. And the same is like this, he get food, he get a home, and he get medicals, like what he need. So you wishing that person, also animals. And then, that helps become, suffering beings really helps arise love in our heart. And then we generate wishing that free from suffering. So the beings free from suffering and temporarily like free from suffering. Okay, like think about me and think about like other who has joy life, happy life. We wishing them same as their kind. And then you go a little more deeper and wishing the person is free from samsara suffering. And then you also recognize we are in samsara. We also suffering. Sometimes we don't recognize. And suffering beings really helps knowing also we are part of suffering beings. And then we wishing wishing ourselves is free from suffering. So we can generate compassion. So love, compassion is think others. Also, we can think ourselves too. We wishing, other beings have happiness. Same thing like we wishing I have also happiness. Same as others. Who has bodhicitta kind of like thing are also wishing same as him. And who has bodhicitta, love, compassion. And then we recognize bodhisattvas free from suffering, Buddhas free from suffering. So we wishing them we are free from suffering, the same as Buddhas. And we wishing free from suffering, all beings the same as Buddhas. And so that's, we have to cultivate in the relative level. So that is easy to do. Another hand, reason is because we are not always in the nature state. We are in the dualistic state, delusion state. In the delusion state, the object we cultivate love, compassion is suffering beings. And then also we think, I have ignorance. All these beings have ignorance. Due to ignorance, we all have form body. And as long as this we have form body, then we have birth sufferings. We have old age sufferings, sickness, death, and maintain this form body is all the time taking care. So all different form body, like our form body also come from the afflictive emotion. That's why I call mara of form body, because we fixation, desire, attached to our body, and the other beings also suffering. Like even the bugs, they has their own form body and taking care of their own body, and that's why they're also stuck in there. So we knows who has these form bodies, and then they are suffering in samsara. And then cultivate wishing, love, compassion that for every being who has form body. So that also the intention also helps connect to others very easy. Easy means like that we need just mindful, right? Good awareness. Sometimes we don't feel just like go to normal habits, daily life habits. We don't connect with other beings, just always like separation and the differences and thinking about me and I, just follow that all the time. We don't feel connection with other beings, other human beings and animals. But thinking about, all these bodies come from ignorance. Who has the form body, even look good, but actually suffering, the true is everyone is suffering. Someone has looking very good body, but they also has extremely suffering. And we know, so like actors, the good singers, very famous, these people in the public coming to, like thousands of people gathering, cheer them, and they looks like they are the like just in the top of the samsara, and they looks like they don't have any problems or sufferings. Everybody like them, but we know that they all these people need ducks to eat because they go back to home and the go restaurant is crying and come back outside is like showing nice face, it's always a dharma. And these people are more suffering. Then they cannot eat whatever they want. They're too much attached fixation to body. And so then so many people control them too. Another reason. So many people has expectation to them too. And just they are just point is selling our own body, speech, and everything. Is the all the control by desire things. So they don't really have any happiness. We know that. And the very famous singers like very famous these actors, actresses, they're suffering. They're suicide many. So they're good, but they don't have a happiness. And then same who has lots of money and rich, and we think they are okay, everything great for them, but actually they are disaster, suffering. They don't have time. They are become hungry ghost and extremely suffering. No time to any enjoy actually. No time with the family. No time with the friends. Can you hear? Okay. So then material things also not happy there too. So life is not really, their good life because it's become serving for the material things. And serving the house, serving the become the own so many things. They all the serving for that everything. So no happy and joy life there. So then people who has a power, president or like some the highest level these politicians, extremely suffering. Then they have to do all the negative things because have to lie, cheating, and without that you can't get the politicians. So politician means also, we just easy to say corruptions and no truth, honest being people are up there. Okay, and so then just think that way, all this, every like importing samsara rollers, they are extremely suffering. Even they show so like the joy, happy, but they're inside in mind, they have so much fears and desires and competitions, so like jealousy, all these things are going on within their mind. So they are not happiest person, right? Not joyful person. So that's why Malarepa share very clearly, king of Nepal invited him, asked to share teaching to his king palace. Malarepa denied it. You are not king. I am the king. I am the most happiest person in the world. I'm free from suffering. You guys you're not free from suffering. So that that moment, the messenger person also think Malarepa is crazy, but no, we recognize Malarepa's truth, right? So all the kings is suffering. The low all level, some levels are good, but truly they are suffering. So that's why this, by thinking of our sentient beings, so here is us more precious than a wish fulfilling giver. So this intention, have good intention for other, love, compassion arise in our heart. Then we have wish fulfilling giver ourselves. We have our own true protection in this life. The afflictive emotion, suffering cannot torture us. We can use afflictive emotion, suffering, and for the generate love, compassion again. And then in the bardo, so we have a true protection, love, and compassion, not going to suffering in the bardo, not going to get deluded in that state. And then future life, so also of course like due to love and compassion, and you have an ability to liberate and take rebirth, like choose to wanted to benefit others, or that's a source is love compassion. So that's why the love compassion is the same, is more better the wish fulfilling giver, and that's the reason we have to hold that always, our mind, for accomplishing the highest aim. We'll always hold them dear. Do you understand, right, what I'm sharing? Okay. So do you think this is too easy or too hard? Very hard, not easy, right? It's when these prayers, chanting, and the listening teachings, the mind, even the moment you think I'm not growing, my love compassions, actually you get lots habituate, karmic imprints, and it's a big change and transforming. So you recognize, I think, when you don't have Dharma teachings and you have Dharma teachings, it's become big different. You can think more, clear, and you can open mind. Yeah, so you see others are suffering, recognize, and we know like what we have to use our own true protection, so we can some levels, we have some this benefit. Okay, so no, I think that verses we are enough that section. Then we go to the second one. In this one is many people doesn't want this second verses. So say I don't want others push me down, and some levels we can see we can follow, explain and everything. So whenever I'm in the company of others, I will regard myself as the lowest among all. So if you think this way, and then we think I'm the kind of lost, like courage, and the people push me down, and they make me more lower. They're not nice to me, and I cannot be having that. I wanted to become strong, right? And so I have to take care, and I have to protect myself. So nobody wanted me pushed down, so I don't want to lowest among all. So I want to become strongest one, everyone in the group, and I wanted to be the leader. So that's the we samsara just generally we think, but in this prayer, they have a more deeper meaning than that. So we have ego, and that's why we don't accept this easily. So the ego, love, compassion is actually not go along together. And so due to ego, we don't want to, regard myself as the lowest among all. From our companies, others together, in the neighbors, right? In the co-workers. So we don't want to become lowest in there. So even we don't get at the highest level, but we want to at least reach to like top part. So that's our the worldly level intention. I think in this, long as you have really love, compassion in our heart, so the people, you can be serving for others, like do good things for others. We states like say I'm lowest way, but naturally you are the leader and a powerful person. So the point is, who has this practice, there are not any egos. And even go to really lowest, like difficult time, there are no loss, hope, and courages. They don't fear that because of the power of love and compassion, I think. So that's the reason, see here, whenever I am in the company of others, I will regard myself as the lowest among all. Another level, this really helps, you go with traveling with the group together. Okay, you sharing with something together, and you work with others together. You have ego and pride, and then due to that, I am the first. Long as you have that, or the selfish, we cannot go along with other people. And traveling together, if we're going to 1 month traveling together, 3 days after, not possible. Then everybody going to hit, us, like if we have this ego, the people, everybody hit. So see, we recognize that, right? And then uh, so we have a strong selfish ourselves, and then you cannot go along with your co-workers together. Even we cannot go along with our neighbors, and no one like it. So naturally, we are lowest due to ego bring into the lowest. Because then due to ego, pride, become we are not part or belong to in the company group. They're naturally chaos. Do you think so? So that's why in this one is it's really good to cultivate when we go with other people together. And you go to pilgrimage like groups together. And like when you get in the bus or in the car, you're not taking right away like good seat. You have mind for offer for this first one is others. And then like you know like what others need. You think about first others. And so the selfish, when you get in the car or in the bus, you right moment there, the best spot you take it. And when you get in the rooms, you're going to take the first ones. And does that, then no one want you go with you one day. So when you get the food in the table, you just want to eat first, like all the good ones. Don't care about others, right? And that's it. So the ego and selfish, so that really bring us in the lowest again. So we are naturally kick out ourselves from the good companies. And then if we do that, we don't have good neighbors. We always say my neighbors are bad, but actually due to our own selfish create that. And wherever we goes, people doesn't like it. So we say like these people no good, but actually due to our ego, selfish doing that create. So that's why. And this one is really good reminding, think about these verses. Whenever I'm in the company of others, I will regard myself as the lowest among all. You don't have to like say I am lowest, like push down ourselves. So recognize I don't want to take advantages others. Same equal, like it is like say, okay, equal. I wanted to be equal. If I can't give like good things for others, but I wanted to be equal for others. And as long as we have the intentions, then our group company, everybody happy. And then everybody think you are good. They like to you go with you again. Yeah. And then you are become temporarily also, of course, one trip is a winner, and you are winner in the like your where you stay with your friend, neighbors, co-workers, and the friends. But then slowly, of course, that grow strong, and then you are become bodhisattva, leader of all beings, souls happening. So that's why it's a we don't log way to negative way, okay, in these verses. You have to think log positive way these verses. And just think like let go ego first. And then all the thing positively. So if you have this regard myself as the lowest among all, naturally you are leader of everyone's again. So then everybody like you, everybody trust, believe, want to be with you. Then everybody say you are that person is honest, great, love, kind. So naturally you are leader. And from the depths of my heart, cherish others as a spring. So the in our heart, mind always think, other is really important, and good. So there's a we have to keep our mind. We are not independent. So we are dependent everything for others. So we drink the water. Water is also dependent for others. Even water is come from mountain, rivers naturally, but it's we know so like or it's come into the house, home. It's or is this dependent for others? And then we stay in the house. So house is who really bird. So these all the matter of things come from. And that's also thing about rely on others. And that's the, Kempo Minsa instruction for Garchin Roboche when he was in the prison. So Kempo Minsa told him, you have to thank others' kindness. And whenever you just things also, recognize benefit others. So whatever do hardship, difficulty, the labor, all the work. So Kempo Mr. told Garchin Roboche think about, benefiting others. So they make the house. And the people can get the house to stay. And you think that's, working is a benefit to others, then it's become suffering, it's taken into love and compassion. So that's, same idea here. We recognize so other is important. Without others, we cannot survive. So, everything is like rely on others. We recognize that even you eat one food, the food is really rely on others. Then there so many others, people already evolved, come to in our plate to ready to eat. So think that without others we cannot survive in this world. Others' kindness. So that's things then you can depths of my heart cherish others as a spring. So then we appreciate others, recognize others' kindness, the recognition, and then you arise, love, compassion to others. So then love, compassion also object source is others. And then when you put more effort practice, so we recognize love, compassion is very important. It's precious jewel, what we talked up there. One day we know that, we recognize that, then that's where is that source come from? Source come from is also enemies, hatred ones. So enemy, you cultivate love and you cultivate compassion for our enemies. And then, the love, compassion is very powerful. So become love, compassion source is our enemies. Then we recognize enemy is from the depths of my heart, cherish others' spirit means like really you can cherish is spirit our enemies. Because enemy is really truly helping us liberating the benefit. Because we don't have enough patience, we don't have enough love, compassion, who give that? And samsara, very difficult people, okay, you dealing with, and who make you hard, who make you unhappy, who make you so suffering. So that person actually give the love and the compassion and practice patience. So liberation source also for them. So now we then recognize, of course, this other, the enemies, the who makes us difficulty ones also so important. They are the true guru. They're really liberating, save from samsara. You fear that arise in mind, then you recognize that person is same as my heart, cherish others' supremacy. That true is coming. Okay, so the main point is in these verses, good with like always with other people. So remember these verses, and then we recognize, we're doing something incorrect or wrong. And that helps become, okay, I'm doing wrong. This is wrong because I'm taking advantages, I'm too selfish. And so recognize, and this bring you mindful and good conduct. Okay, so that's we have to apply with go with other people and working with others, and especially journey long trip with others together. So this is very important verses. Then we go to verses 3. Verses 3 is so the afflictive emotion, arising, if we don't apply right moment the solution, then become afflictive emotion so strong, and then we don't get any solutions. If you not to stop the when the fire is small, and the fire is touched to the forest, then no solutions. The helicopter drop the water is actually nothing. They not really benefit. Okay, so no solution. We recognize when we get the burn the fire, forest. So same, when we have afflictive emotion rising, and that moment we recognize we have to apply antidote solutions. If we don't do that, then afflictive emotions too strong. We don't have a choice. We have to die ourselves, okay? So that's why people then jump the bridge and suicide hanging. The reason is because this afflictive emotion suffering is too strong. Then no solution cannot handle that. So that's why in these verses, it's very important. We have to cultivate often our daily life. In my every action, I will watch my mind. So every action, if you watch your mind, you're going to realize your natural ripa. You're going to realize the natural ripa. So we have the teaching about six natives in Mahamudra, all these teachings you're receiving, and we have instructions from our gurus. Okay, so these teachings, and when already we have, so then long as you have a mind for awareness, in every action, I will watch my mind means like you really going into natural ripa. So every action you watch your mind, then you can take all the thoughts, afflictive emotions, the power of natural ripa. So energy, power of natural ripa. Last week we shared that. So in the space, the clouds, rain is all is magically power of the space, and dissolve all into the space. Same, thoughts, afflictive emotions, our suffering is like everything you can have ability to dissolve into natural ripa. Long as you have this, every action, I will watch my mind. Okay. And in this one, generally sharing is, not talking about the view. In this one, talking about the conduct, actually. So generally, we have to watch our body, speech, and mind, every action. So body, not doing some negative things. And, it must be like body action or it's peace. And the speech also not doing some, create negativity because you saying some, the unpleasant or negative way to hurt others' mind, or our speech is like just no meaningful, doing our speech is for criticize someone or meaningless speeches. So if long as you have watch your own mind every moment, every action you recognize. So we don't have this ability to every action will watch my mind. That's why our mind always follow the thoughts and all the time creates afflictive emotions. And we don't have this ability, every action watch the mind. That's why we do all the time speech. It's useless speeches, and unmindful speeches. Then sometimes like really do some negative speeches, hurt others people. So that's the reason in this verses helps our body, speech, mind is put into the cultivated dharma, virtuous deeds. So stop the create negative things. So Buddha, he shared the teaching. First statement is abandon non-virtuous deeds. Okay, so long as you watch every action, your mind, then you can stop all the negative, activities. You can easily abandon all negative activities. So that create become true peace. Peace for ourselves and also peace for others. So then Buddha mentioned about the second instruction is cultivate virtuous deeds. So long as you have ability to watch every your actions on your mind, then all our body, speech, mind, actions become virtuous deeds. So benefit for others, doing everything to become compassion action. So that's bring the, become every action is a compassion. And we activity practices become all is bodhisattva action, virtuous deeds, everything. Every movement, every thought, every action is become virtuous deeds. Okay, then third is Buddha mentioned, subdued our own mind. So see, if we have ability to watch our own mind, then easily subdued our own mind. So you see your mind, we recognize our mind is crazy, and then you can watch our mind and you can be mindful. And easily you can go into the mindfulness practice. Then you watch our own mind easily into vipassana, shamatha meditations. You watch your own mind, then you can easily into the view of Mahamudra and Dzogchen. So last week we shared, and you are easily into true nature request state. In that state, then all the afflictive emotions, negative things dissolve into that state. So we have a ability to subdue our own mind. So transform the ordinary mind is become Buddha's mind. So that is a very important verses in this. My every action I will watch my mind is. Then watch our mind, and the moment destructive emotion arise, I will confront them strongly and avert them, since they will hurt both me and others. So and the moment destructive emotion rise, like then long as you have mindful or watching always our own mind, when there arise anger, right moment that you recognize anger, and then you can put the solution you wanted to become peace, and then recognize anger, and stop the anger at the moment and create peace ourselves. Okay, or you anger arising, the moment there cultivate love and compassion. Anger is then transformed, use the love and the compassion. So when anger arises, the moment you log into your natural ripa, anger is transformed to mirror like wisdom. Okay, so that's the reason. See, at moment destructive emotion rise, I will confront them strongly and avert them. Means like we have to apply, solution right moment that stop that afflictive emotions. So then any, this desire, ignorance, pride, jealousy, and afflictive emotions arising, right moment there, recognize and stop, and use the solution, practice, or dissolve into the natural ripa. Meditate. So this has solutions. The followed by last way we teaching, the solution is you can apply conduct. Conduct is like, recognize and stop that negative actions. And then your body, speech, mind is become good conduct for you, your body, speech, mind, or is peace actions, peaceful actions. So then negative afflictive emotion rising, you apply love and compassion. So all is become negative afflictive emotion is source of the become virtuous deeds. And we can generate a love compassion in that state. So that is meditation, So when we meditate, love compassion and meditation practice. And then view is like when afflictive emotions are rising, and recognize, going back to nature mind. And that is the most important, powerful solution. So last week's teaching also they mentioned, whatever afflictive emotion arising, don't need to find any different kind of solutions. Just every afflictive emotion has one solution. All the suffering has one solution. All the problem has one solution. The obstacle has one solution, is to recognize nature ripa, be in that state, or it's dissolve into that state. So long as you have big fire, you can put anything in the fire going to burn. You put in the plastic, you can put in the wood, you put any object, the fire going to burn. So same, like long as you create wisdom, empty nature ripa, and all the problem, obstacle, afflictive emotion, thoughts, negative, everything is in dissolve into that, because ripa wisdom is the same as fire. And all the afflictive different of its emotion is the same as just a diversity object. It's the fire don't say like, I don't want to burn the plastic. I like to have wood. the fire didn't have that, or the deviations, thoughts, or and uh, that's distinctions. So the any object into the fire going to burn. So same, like long as you are in the nature required states, and any problem, afflictive emotions dissolve into that state. So that's the also the view solution, like practitioner meditators solution. And that's we have to recognize. And then if someone don't have that view, realization, then watch the mind, stop all the thoughts, afflictive emotions. When they rise, recognize, stop. And when the afflictive emotions arising, apply love and compassion. So I will confront them strongly and ever them, since they will hurt both and me and others. These afflictive emotions hurt ourselves and also hurt other beings too. The afflictive emotion torture, create suffering ourselves, and also that make suffering others. So that's the reason when afflictive emotions arising, moment that we have to stop. And so how to stop is like use mind for awareness. So that's why in my every action I will watch my mind. So there's practitioner meditators always watch the mind, even they're on the road walking, and they're not really distracting, like seeing the object. They just watch the mind, and then even they're walking, of course, they're doing other activities. They always watch the mind, and that's why one of the in Tibet Dharma practitioner, I think Drombo Lotsawa or something, his name. So he activity or the different kind, like family activity, especially nomads activity. He grant the tsampa, like make the tsampa from the barley, and the same time he doing the yak skins or the sheep skins, make the very soft, and created the cloth. He using these things all together, and the same time he meditating, mindful awareness. So they're doing two things together. So that's means like every our the worldly activity have ability to take into the path dharma practice. So long as you have this mindful awareness, watch the mind. So then long as you can watch your own mind, then you can lay down in your bed, you can practice. You can go into the swimming pool, you can practice. You can go in the public place, you can meditate and practice. You get in the airplane, you can practice, meditate. So everywhere is you just, wherever you go is meditating. If we don't have this ability, not watching every action our own mind, then you are stay in the retreat center. I'm not coming out from the wrong, 3 years, 4 years, it doesn't matter. But if you know watching the mind and not control the mind, but then it's just a prisoner, no benefit. So that's we have to know that the Dharma, the most important is this, we have to watch our own mind all the time. And these thoughts, afflictive emotions arising, moment there, we have to find a solution. Otherwise, this afflictive emotion going to burn ourselves and burn, suffering for others. That's we have to recognize this third verses. Okay, so now we can leave it there today, I think. Third verses. So now we chant the ones together and whole verses. this sometimes people, pray, chanting every day, memorize and chanting. Some people put this each verses in the, make stick in the rooms and living rooms so they can see and read, and then makes mindfulness. If you have a problem in your office, you take, one section, this second, verses, and where you go to trip and you go in the office, you have issues, so you use this second verses in your disk. Always put it there, so that's really help you, okay? And now we chant this together. By thinking of all sentient beings as more precious than a wish-fulfilling giver, for accomplish the highest aim, I will always hold them dear. Whenever I'm in the company of others, I will regard myself as the lowest among all, and from the depths of my heart, cherish others as supreme. In my every action, I will watch my mind, and the moment destructive emotions rise, I will confront them strongly and ever them, since they will hurt both me and others. Whenever I see all natured beings, or those overwhelmed by heavy misdeeds or suffering, I will cherish them as something rare, as though I would find a priceless treasure. Whenever someone out of envy does me wrong by attacking or bullying me, I will take defeat upon myself and give the victory to others. Even when someone I have helped, or in whom I have placed great hopes, mistreats me very unjustly, I will view that person as true spiritual teacher. In belief, directly or indirectly, I will offer help and happiness to all my mothers, and secretly take upon myself or other heart and suffering. I will learn to keep all those practice tainted by thoughts of it worldly conscience. May I recognize all things as like illusions, and without attachment, gain freedom from bondage. Okay, so we finish there. And now we go to the dedication prayer. Dorjen Chang, De Loba, Naroba, Marba, Malareba, Dharma, Lord Gamboba, Pamotroba, Lord Gomba, please peace to upping us most auspicious bless our Kaji Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies confusion. May all who travels on the way so bear the old age, sickness, death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where this unborn may arise, where this born may not decline, but it will increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities are far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri, the Vero realized autonomic state, and as did the Samandabhada, I will follow in the path, and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of truth of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By this virtue collected 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and be by the inner rule of virtue, may I all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. Meditation or Gurati Gompa Ranachiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum Ru. Thank you, everyone. And EDG has a question, so I can take his question. I don't know his question or mistakenly raising the hand.
Oh, I muted accidentally, sorry. If a person is mindful, and they're able to have thoughts dissolve into rigpa, what is the advantage, or is there an advantage of solitary retreat? And if so, what is it?
Then you don't have to be solitary retreat. Wherever you go, you are solitary retreat.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, so now we finish it then.
I have a question, Kempo, but I can't raise my hand.
I see, okay.
So I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about the compassion and love and the definition of compassion and love, what true compassion and love are related to the Buddhist teachings.
True love, compassion. So I thought I shared already. Not enough there.
Never enough.
I think we talked a lot about the love, compassion. So I think must be there in there enough. So we're going to tomorrow again. Okay. So
Okay.
that's really big question. So not easy to one word to explain. So so easy way, wishing every being have a happiness is a love. Wishing every being free from suffering is compassion. So then bodhicitta is wanted to liberate all suffering beings. That's called bodhicitta. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kempo. It's easy to, it's just finding that we have, or the definition for that genuine compassion and love, and not the relative compassion and love. Like assuming that, oh yes, I really care about beings, is that genuine compassion. Understanding the difference between that.
You mean absolute compassion?
Well, understanding, yes.
Absolute compassion is then is so knowing the emptiness. We must have to have like some, of course, practice the emptiness meditation. Is especially be in the nature ripa. And then in that state, you seeing, everyone is inseparable that space. But due to ignorance, all beings, deluded, create sufferings. So then arise compassion. So that's the thing. Another way to wisdom is the source, compassion is the result. Okay, next, Tia.
Thank you so much for these teachings today, Kempo. While I was listening to you, one of the things I was thinking about was trying to practice taking the lowest position in whatever arises. I agree this is challenging, but it's also like so precious because I think that I've learned the most in my practice when trying to do this, because when I'm really allowing myself to be that vulnerable, which is hard to do, it can feel almost traumatic. bodhicitta arises and it can feel overwhelming. But I think just remaining present and practicing the mindfulness and the awareness, there's this ability to actually appreciate everything that people are offering as actual blessings from the Buddhas, even if it seems like torture. I don't know if my understanding is correct or not, so I just wanted to share that and see if maybe you had any thoughts on that.
Yes, I think it's a practice you can have when you generate a love compassion. It's really feel love compassion from the blessing from Buddha, and helps become courage to practice and recognize the benefit. And when we have the afflictive emotions, so the verses even read, in the minds is really helpful. So the afflictive emotion source is self-grasping. That's why the verses is selflessness, giving and let go. So they feel that energy. Moment you have experience great joy too. Okay, ED.
Is there or how can we connect this to having compassion for ourselves?
So you just see others and suffering, and then you really wish that person free from suffering. You feel that energy. So then that's connected. Compassion, you connected. Thank you. Angelas.
Thank you, Kempo, for your teaching. You mentioned when we watch our mind and we see a affliction emotion arising, we must use an antidote. Can you give us an example for that, or what we can use, please?
So when you see the afflictive emotion rising, and then stop there, moment, and focus with the breath. Focus with the breath, or you think about, Tara, and the Chinreze, enlightened beings, or Guru, and then that is the solution. And also when afflictive emotion rising, so you recognize them, generate love, compassion yourself and others. So recognize, oh, I have this afflictive emotion. It's torture, makes suffering me and also others too. So then you love yourself, love for others, create. And that's the practice solution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Debbie, the last question, please.
Thank you, Kempo Rinpoche. Sometimes I think in our modern Western society, we get very confused about the meanings of love and compassion. We have this kind of attached love, Hallmark card love, and a kind of compassion that kind of gets mixed up with pity. And I'm wondering, do you see that as a problem and something we have to be careful of?
That is cannot say it's no good, cannot say great, because it's a depending level, right? First, our love has growing from very something, tiny some our or attachment object starting from. Love have to grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the love is we grow from the mother. So you also people can use the cats, dogs, and see who has the cat and the dogs that really extremely love them. The person is not too sad. See.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, of course, like another is attachment love, but another level, still that love is benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot give up that first state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's good to start somewhere.
Yeah, we have to starting from something like that.
Yeah.
We needed that. Someone, no family, no children, no husband, wife, and no dogs, no pets, and then the no love for anything.
Ah.
So then the person gets depression, sad. See, if you have dharma practices, then without everything is better. But it's you don't have the very solid dharma, and then you need these things. Yeah.
Thank you, Khenpo Rinpoche.
Rashidel, everybody enjoy. And I'm also enjoy Red de Janeiro. It's beautiful, amazing place. The mountains, the beach. We have many teachings here. So
Thank you, Khenpo-la.
Rashidel, thank you.
Rashidel, Khenpo Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Rio de Janeiro is more amazing when you're there.
Thank you.
仁波切。
Thank you,
Khenpo. Great
Translators.
teaching.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
everybody.